Hi, so Laurel Camden and I are here at the Wigwam. We've just finished teaching at the certification program for Eden Energy Medicine. And earlier this afternoon, we had a fabulous opportunity to just sit around. Some of the faculty was talking about various things and energy techniques we've come up with. And Laurel was telling me about something that was really interesting, and I wanted to share that. So Laurel, can you tell me a little bit about how it came up? You were talking about homolateral and cross-crawling and some of the people that you're working with.
Yes. I work very extensively with military personnel who have come back from Iraq and been in trauma situations. And when they went to correct the homolateral, it would trigger the whole effect of military marching. So it was not an effective correction to do the homolateral repatterning. So what we started working with was how to cross the energies over in the body. And it just became a real beneficial thing for them to start figurating the eyes. But what came out of that was a protocol that I'm starting to use with the military, anybody who has seen trauma, in that they close their eyes and they cross over the energies by doing the figure eight patterning over the eyes in a certain way.
So let me clarify. So what is triggering? If they are homolateral, these soldiers, these people you're working with, they're homolateral, and they start to do what we would ordinarily think of as the corrective procedure of doing the homolateral cross crawl. What is it that is being triggered in their heads?
Well, part of the homolateral cross patterning is that you start by tapping on the same side, and that creates a marching motion, and that also triggers then the military memories. And
so it's kind of the psycho-emotional trigger that comes with doing that marching. So
correct.
Soldiers are doing marching in a stressful situations, or
yes.
I presume that mostly military situations are stressful when there's soldiers off in a war zone.
Correct.
I see. Okay, so you're working with the eyes,
yes,
to change that patterning. So tell me and show me how you do that.
Okay, you would start and you would have them do this, because it is all about bringing them to self, starting to touch again, and you have them close their eyes so that they don't have any outside visual stimulus going on, and they would take their index finger, which is large intestine, it's all about letting go, and they would place it between the eyebrows, in between the eye, this is the central nervous system beginning of bladder, and you literally pull it up, and you want to come up almost halfway up the forehead to really pull that into the nervous system, and have them go on the outside of the eye and then along the top of the cheekbone, which is actually stomach, and calming that, and cross over in the middle, go up again around the eye. All the time they're doing it with their eyes closed, down along the cheekbone, and just keep bringing it up and around the eye in the figure eight fashion.
So you're doing this pretty slowly.
Yes, you're doing it very slowly. They're tuning in to the energy of it. And they will repeat that several times, sometimes up to 10 times, to really get the pattern crossing over.
And it seems like you're using a fairly nice firm pressure too. This isn't just a light tracing. Boy, this really feels good.
Yes, this is about, it is a firm tracing. It's really taking the crossing over internally and putting it into the brain that you are crossing over.
So what is the result that you're getting with
the
people
results,
doing this?
If they had tested homolateral before doing this, when we retest, they are crossing over.
Wow.
And they tend to hold the homolateral patterning longer. And one of the huge benefits is they can go home and do this at any time. It's very good if they wake up in the night, that they can start crossing over, connecting back in, and it really calms triple warmer and gets those energies connected.
Because you're going right over the triple warmer. I can feel how bladder gets affected, and triple warmer, and stomach, and it makes perfect sense to me that you're really feeling the crossing of the midline when you're doing that. So that's really encouraging that right-left brain synapsing.
Correct, yes.
Cool. All right. And, well, I'm just fascinated. I want to keep doing this, and I am really thrilled to have something other than, the homolateral crossover has helped a lot of people, but not every fix is right for every person. So I think it's really excellent to have a different fix for people who may particularly have been traumatized in some situation where the cross-crawling or the marching factor.
And it's also very, very powerful and useful for people who cannot use their legs, because they can't always move the legs. And if you're in pre-surgery situations, they're laying in a bed, and they can cross over.
Or
by using-
amputees.
Or amputees,
Or
correct.
maybe
Disabled in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
elderly citizens who don't have the movement as well, and this is very, very useful for them.
I'm going to use it. I'm going to practice this, and I hope that this is valuable for you. We'd be really interested in hearing if it works for you, and or anybody that you work with who's had some kind of trauma and is not able to do the homolateral crossing over. Thanks, Laurel.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, bye.